Hey guys, what's up? Stephanie, the English coach here from EnglishFullTime.com. In this video, I'm actually going to share an audio class with you guys, okay? I made this class a few weeks ago, and it's about 13 words you might be saying wrong because of silent letters in English. So we talk about this a lot on my channel, okay? How English is not a phonetic language, and if you try to learn pronunciation by studying the way words are written, you're doing it all wrong, and you're just not going to sound natural like a native speaker, and you're going to make lots of mistakes, okay? And I want to help you guys eliminate these mistakes, okay? So these are words that lots of non-native English speakers frequently mess up. Okay, so here's what I want you to do. As you're listening to the class, I want you to identify if you're making any of these mistakes, okay? And then let me know in the comments if you are, okay? Which words were you mispronouncing? Hopefully you are not mispronouncing any of them, but chances are you're probably saying some of these words wrong, okay? So that's it. Let me know also in the comments if you guys like these types of classes, okay? Audio classes. If you do, then I can do more for you here on YouTube. You guys know that I love your feedback, so thank you for always leaving me such kind and thoughtful, interesting, and funny comments. That's it, you guys. Let's start the class. I chose to do an audio so that you guys could really hear what I'm saying and focus on what I'm saying without being distracted by my face or anything else, because this is a pronunciation lesson. And the thing with improving your pronunciation is that anything you see while you're focusing on listening can and will distract you from what you are hearing. And this is a huge problem because English already is not an easy language to learn when it comes to pronunciation because it's not a phonetic language. And normally you learn pronunciation, right, by seeing a word. Your teacher shows you a word and then wants you to repeat it. The problem with this method is you first learn the sounds of the letters. Like H makes the H sound, okay? T makes the T sound. So first your teacher teaches you the sounds that the letters make, but then when they try to show you a word and help you improve your pronunciation, you mess up. Because now you're trying to put the sounds that you learned and use them to form the word rather than listening to how the word actually sounds when it's pronounced, okay? So that's why I'm not doing a video with this class, because I really want you to hear what I'm saying and to focus on what you're hearing and not be distracted by anything else, because you can learn pronunciation just by listening. This is like a crazy thing and a big secret, I guess, because so many people, when they teach pronunciation, they teach it by showing you how to place your lips and how to place your tongue and all of that stuff. And it seems like it should make sense because you're seeing visually how to do it. But then when you try to imitate that, it's difficult, right? It's difficult, and you're focused so much on where your tongue should go that you're not actually listening. And in order to improve your pronunciation, the number one thing you have to do is listen closely. So again, I'm not doing a video because I don't want to distract you guys, but what I want to talk about are 13 words that you might say wrong because of silent letters. Now, we talked about English not being a phonetic language, so you cannot learn pronunciation by reading. Okay? You have to treat reading in English and speaking in English, pronunciation and reading, as two completely separate things. The way English is written is not the way English is spoken. You just have to accept that, and you have to listen to what you're truly hearing, okay? So I'm going to go through some of these words, but before I start going through them, I just want to let you guys know that I have a complete pronunciation guide to get you started with this method of imitation, and you can download it after you listen to this audio, okay? So go ahead and get that as soon as you can, because I explain this more in detail, and I give you a list of almost 80 words that a lot of people mispronounce. They're very simple, everyday words, but because they might have silent letters and stuff like that, a lot of people mispronounce them, okay? So go ahead and get that guide right after you finish listening to this. Okay, so let's get started with the 13 words. Now, I can pretty much guarantee you that almost all of you mess up on at least one of these words, and my goal for you is to learn how to say these correctly, and you're going to learn just by listening. The first word is honest. Honest. Now, I know you can say that. I know if you're in a quiet place right now, if you're not around your family or friends, you can just repeat that right after me. Honest.
And I know without a shadow of a doubt that you can say that correctly. The problem is that the way it's spelled is with an H. So you see that H and you think like that, okay? It's not honest with an H. That H is silent. So it's honest. And I want to bring up something else, because a lot of you are even reading the vowels in English phonetically, or trying to. You bring the vowel sounds from your native language and then you try to say them in English. So the EST, a lot of you guys try to say est, like honest, honest, okay? And that is why you have an accent in English, right? Because you're bringing your vowel sounds and your language patterns into English rather than just repeating clearly what I say, okay? So listen to it one last time. Honest, honest. Notice I'm not even pronouncing that E. So technically that E is silent also. I'm saying nst. It's like a very honest nst, nst, nst. Okay? I'm going from the N to the ST. Honest. Okay, number 2, receipt. Receipt. I went to the store, I bought some stuff, and the cashier gave me a receipt. Receipt. Now, let's talk about why this word is difficult. This word is difficult because when you read it, you see a P. You see a P and you think receipt. But when you listen to me say it right now, right, if you're not reading it, I don't say any P sound. I'm saying receipt. Receipt. Now, another thing you'll notice is that the last part of the word, I cut it off very quickly, okay? I don't say receipt slowly or anything like that. I say receipt, receipt, receipt. There is a melody to every language, and you have to learn to hear the melody in English if you want to sound like a native English speaker, okay? Receipt. So don't say receipt, okay? Don't mess it up. Just say it exactly as I say it. Receipt, receipt. Also, something you should notice is that the T, I didn't say receipt with a T, with a strong T at the end, okay? I cut it off and I glottalize the sound. The sound stops in the back of my throat, okay? The sound stops in the back of my throat, receipt, and that's where I cut it off, okay? Let's go on to the next one. Island, island. That's really simple, isn't it? Island. Notice that I'm not pronouncing the S. I'm not saying Iceland, like Hawaii is an Iceland. I'm not saying that. The S is silent. So we say Hawaii is an island. Or I don't even say and. Sometimes I just say n. Have you noticed that in English? That we reduce the word and the word an a lot of the times, and we just say n. So if you want to sound like more like a native speaker, you could do that too. So Hawaii is an island. Isn't, is, and, is and becomes isn't. Hawaii is an island, is an island, is an island. Okay? And the D at the end. A lot of the times we cut the D off in English. We cut off the end sounds of the words a lot of the time when it ends in a T or a D sound. And this is how we form connected speech. So if you've ever been wondering how to form connected speech, you guys, there are people that will make this really complicated. Okay? They will make you learn hundreds of rules in order to learn how to do this. You do not have to learn all those rules. You just have to listen and imitate. Okay? Because I've done tons of research on this, and I can tell you that if you really want to understand why for everything, like, oh, why is this letter silent? Why is this pronounced like this? Why is this spelled like this? You will find the answer. There is an answer. But I'm telling you that you will have to learn hundreds, maybe even thousands of spelling rules, pronunciation rules, exceptions to the rules, etc. You guys, it gets really, really complicated. So the easiest way to improve your pronunciation without having to even learn the phonetic alphabet or anything like that is to listen closely and then play with the sound of your voice. What do you hear? Okay? Listen, listen, listen. Lately, I've been working on my English accent, like my British English accent. I love playing around with accents. So this is another thing too. You have to be motivated to practice. So if you want to sound more American, if you want to sound more British, pick the accent that you love the most and then listen to people that speak like that and imitate them. Yesterday I was doing this in the car, and you guys, like, I suck. I'm not very good at a British English accent right now, but I'm choosing one person and I'm watching videos from this one person and I'm imitating them. Okay? Because everybody has a different tone to their voice. Everyone has a different mannerism in speaking. So if you focus on following one person, listening to one person and sounding like them, you just listen and imitate, listen and imitate, listen and imitate. Okay? It is that easy. So I hope this is really good news for you guys, okay? Let's move on to the next one. Number 4, answer, answer. There is a W when we read it. It looks like it should say answer, but the W is silent. So we just say answer, answer. Number 5, debt, debt. It's good to avoid getting into debt. Now, this word is spelled D-E-B-T, and a lot of people say debt. That is wrong. I don't even know what that is. Like, if I hear that word, I'm like, whoa, what are you saying? Because that sounds nothing like debt. Debt. So again, listen to what I'm saying and repeat it. Say what I say. Don't say what you read, okay? Don't make up stuff. Just say what I say. All right, so debt. Now here the B is silent. The T is also glottalized, so we don't even say debt, okay? Because that takes too much effort. We're lazy when we speak. We want it to be as easy as possible. So we just say debt. Number 6, would, would. Now, a lot of people see the L in would, like, would you pass me a napkin, please? They see the L and they say would, would. So that is why your accent comes out, because you're pronouncing that L and you're not supposed to. Okay, so it's not would. And number 7 is should. Number 8 is could. But you guys pronounce this a lot and you say would, should, could. Okay? And this is why you have an accent. It should be would, should, could. All right? Great. Number 9, ache. Like, I have a backache. All right? The H is silent. It looks like H, like a back H, right? Because there's a CH there, but the H is silent. And here's another thing. We glottalize this one too. So a lot of sounds in English, as you guys should know, get cut off because of the glottal stop. The glottal stop just means you're cutting off the sound in your throat, okay? Ache. So I have a backache. I have a backache. My back hurts right now. I have a really bad backache. I don't, but I'm just using this as an example, all right? So right there, I'm literally saying A, but I'm cutting off the A sound so quickly to say, I have a backache. I have a backache. So you have to burst the sound out of your mouth, the A, and cut it off just as quickly as it starts to say ache without the k part, because we just take that off. My back hurts because I have a backache and I need to go to the store to get some medicine for it. Okay? Next. 10. You guys, this is a big one, and I really, really want you to all stop saying this incorrectly. Okay? Huge. The word is months. Like, it's 10 months till my birthday. It isn't. That's just an example. Or in 3 months, I'm going to travel to Europe. Okay? That's another example. Months. Now, people see the TH there, and they say months. Okay? Months. How else do they say this wrong? I don't remember, but all you have to do is see, it doesn't even matter. It does not matter how people say it incorrectly. What matters is saying it exactly the way I see it. And the first part is ma. Okay. Then you have the N, mun. And then you have the S right after months, months, months. Okay. I hope that was clear. 11. This word is difficult. A lot of people mess this up, and I even had to ask myself, how can I even teach this? Because when I try to say it slowly, I kept messing it up myself. And I need to tell you guys something. A lot of English teachers, when they slow down words to show you how to pronounce it, they actually distort the word. because sometimes it's very difficult to slow down a word and maintain the original sound that that word has. Because, for example, a word that has a glottal stop, the glottal stop happens so quickly, it's difficult to show people in slow motion. And sometimes it's literally impossible. So just bear that in mind. The next word is text. Text. Okay? Like yesterday she sent me 10 texts and all I could think about was, I'm busy and I don't have time to reply. Okay? Or, hey, I sent you some texts yesterday. Did you get them? I sent you some texts yesterday. Did you get them? I sent you some texts. There's a T in there. So it looks like you should say texts with the T, okay? But that's not how we say it. We just say, hey, I sent you some texts. Did you get them? I sent you some texts. Did you get them? I sent you some texts. Did you get them? All right. And there you can even hear more fast speech. I'm not saying, did you get them? I'm saying, did you? Did you? And I'm not even saying you. I'm saying, yeah. Did you get them? Did you? Did you get them? All right, so here's the thing, you guys. When it comes to pronunciation, trust me on this. All you need to do is listen, and don't be afraid to listen to people speaking at a normal rate. A lot of times you think, oh, I don't understand, or I'm struggling, I can't copy it as quickly. Don't worry. Listen to people at a normal rate, and then practice repeating chunks of what you hear. So if I say, for example, hey, I sent you a bunch of texts yesterday. Did you get them? You maybe cannot repeat that at the same rate that I say it. You probably understood it. But since you can't repeat it at the same rate, practice the part that you can repeat. I sent you a bunch of texts yesterday. Did you get them? Maybe you can repeat the did you, or did you get them? Did you get them? Notice I'm not saying them. I'm saying Did you get them? All right. The next one is muscle, muscle, muscle. We go to the gym to build muscle. All right. The C is silent. It's not muscle. It's muscle, muscle. And I know you can say that. I know that if you were sitting with me here right now, I'm in my room, I'm at my desk. If you were here with me, okay, and I said muscle, just like that, and you closed your eyes and listened to how I said it, you would be able to repeat it and you would sound almost exactly like me because you're focusing on imitation. All right. So the next one is Wednesday. Wednesday. I have a dentist appointment on Wednesday. Wednesday. Now, here's how people usually mess this up. They say Wednesday. Wednesday. Because there's a D in there. The D is silent. Okay? It's Wednesday. Wednesday. Obviously, I have an American accent, so other people might say it a little bit differently, but remember, you have to just focus on one accent and learn that. Wednesday. The other thing is that it sounds like wins, like win, like to win something. It does not sound like wed. It's not a sound, okay? It's not Wednesday or Wednesday, Wednesday. Nobody says Wednesday. We say Wednesday, Wednesday. Okay? I mean, maybe somebody says it somewhere, but again, when I'm saying nobody says it like that, I'm talking about nobody that speaks with my accent. I'm from California. So if you want an American and Californian accent, then you should focus on imitating my speech or someone else, who's from the same region, who speaks like me and who you would like to imitate. Okay? So here again, I need to make this really clear. If you want to improve your pronunciation, you need to focus on listening clearly and imitating. That is it. That is it. If you hear that you're saying something incorrectly, like a lot of people roll their R in English, they say red instead of red. Red. I have a red car. They'll say, I have a red car. Okay? You know we do not roll our R's in English. So right there, that would be one of your problem areas. And you need to listen and you need to focus on, okay, how do I do that? What should I do? Okay? And it's going to be frustrating, but do you know what I've noticed? Whoever is dedicated to improving their pronunciation by listening and repeating, listening, repeat, listen, repeat, listen, repeat, whoever is dedicated, they always learn the correct pronunciation. The people who struggle with pronunciation for years and years and years, 99% of the time, it's because you simply do not practice, okay? You simply do not take the time to listen and repeat, and you have settled for your pronunciation. You may not like your pronunciation, but you don't dislike it enough to do something about it and to change it, okay? So you have to be bothered enough by your own pronunciation, or you have to want better pronunciation enough to actually do something about it, because if you don't, you will not improve. That's the name of the game. You guys, language is like music. It is musical. There's rhythm, there's flow, there's tone, there's melody, okay? And a singer does not improve if they don't sing and if they don't work on improving specific aspects of their voice while they sing, okay? You have to do the same thing if you want to improve your pronunciation. But again, the method is very simple, and that is what I wanted to talk to you about today, showing you and illustrating with these words that have silent letters. All you have to do is listen closely and imitate. Again, the problem is most of you read English more than you listen to it, and a lot more than you speak it. So that, the way it's written, you're inserting sounds from your own language, you're reading sounds phonetically, which you shouldn't be doing, okay? And you have to separate written English, as I said, from spoken English. To improve your pronunciation, please just listen to what I say and imitate it. Okay, that's it for this lesson. If you enjoyed it, please share, and don't forget to download your guide. I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.